My name is Ali Motley. I'm 31, almost 32. I am an office manager at a creative digital agency in downtown Norfolk, and in my spare time, I collect plants. Growing up as a child, my dad always loved gardening. My grandfather was a Navy captain, and when he retired, he lives off of Great Neck, and he had like an acre of land. And I'll always remember that he had a bunch of trees on it, and around every single tree was a garden. Like, he had azalea bushes and gardenias, and there was magnolia trees, and every plant you could possibly imagine. I just remember being around it, and I was super allergic to everything. As I grew up, my dad had plants. We always had philodendrons in the house of all types, and not to this level by any means. My dream from being even in middle school and high school, I wanted to be an interior decorator. When we moved and bought our first house in Virginia Beach over in the Brandon Tallwood area, that was my first time of decorating. And I had plants, I had a number of plants. I started buying the things I wanted, and it just kind of flourished. I am a person that I'll find something that I like and I hyper focus on it to the point where I want to master it, and eventually I get bored. And then the thing with plants is I haven't gotten bored yet. There's always been something that I've done with plants, and it's never been something that we've discussed as a family, that it's we like plants, but that's just kind of how it's always been and how it kind of became. And I think, honestly, the reason why, I haven't really talked about it out loud, and I haven't gone to a therapist about it, but I lost my mom last year to cancer. And I think trying to find things to care for or have around me has been really helpful. And teaching them how to care for it. Yeah, I know, I see. Has been a big thing. And I think that's kind of where my neurotic habits come from, is when my mom passed, I kind of filled my time with as much things as possible to try to not think about it. But antidepressant, I started going to therapy, and I've been diagnosed with depression and anxiety for many years. I've had other things that have happened that kind of stemmed or grew this PTSD type problem when death, anything involved with death. And I had this weird thing where I have to just, I deal with death in very weird ways. I don't think I process it correctly. I tend to try to trudge through and let's do this. And then I get to a point where I completely break down. And that's where finally, my husband was you need to go talk to somebody. Went and talked to somebody, and we tried all these medications, and nothing really worked. Nothing really made me feel better. So that's when I started, the issue started with me shopping. Clothes was a thing. I would buy clothes and then sell clothes. I'd wear something once or twice and be get rid of it. And my husband's we got to figure out something else. And then I got into plants, and plants were, for the most part, inexpensive. They grew. I could cut, and I propagate them, and I sell them to our plant community. And I make money, and I take that money and I buy more plants. So it's it feeds my own addiction, and at the same time, it makes me feel good. So it's been my medication, I guess you could say, in a way, and it's helped me through that. And yeah, the antidepressant that's where it all kind of stemmed, because I kind of was you know what, let me be real with myself, and this is the reason why I have so many plants and surround myself with so many plants, is because I'm depressed, and I've accepted it, and I'm okay with that. I'm fine being depressed, and I'm fine talking about it. I talk about it with a lot of people, and I think it's important to talk about it, so.